Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally, joined by my co-host, Katie. We're identical twin sisters. We invite you to join us as we investigate our similarities and differences in all things life has to offer. Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally.
And I'm your other host, Katie.
And welcome to Season 2!
Season 2. It's actually happening.
It's actually happening. I think that we need to discuss a little bit about that. So, I'm not gonna lie.
Did we get a lot of comments about it?
So, I don't know if everybody was 100% convinced that we'd have a season 2. I'm gonna put it that way.
You know what? We're just recording the first episode.
I got fireworks.
What? I don't understand. What is Apple doing with these?
Why do you think this is Apple? This is Riverside.
Oh, Riverside. What you doing?
I don't know. Where are you at?
What you wearing?
What's the rest?
I don't
Is it
know.
tap tap?
I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny.
Anyways.
What you doing?
Oh, you're thinking about a song. I was thinking about when you text people.
Oh, where you at?
Where you at?
When
What
you're
you
a
doing?
stalker.
What you wearing?
I didn't do my microphone right. This is really embarrassing.
Did anybody else
This is how long it's been since Shit, did I record all my interviews with people upside down?
Oh no. Okay, should we start over?
No, I mean, I guess it's funny. That's how long it's been.
That's how it's been. She doesn't know how to work a microphone.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't know how that's going to turn out. Okay, so anyway, if you're just joining us now, my microphone was completely upside down.
All right, let's
Because it's
jump
been
in.
It's been that long ago. Okay, so anyway, this is season 2. Welcome. Sally's here.
And Katie. Sorry, I didn't know you were doing that.
Well,
see, this is how non-practiced we are.
we made it to season 2, and I'm so proud of us because at the end of season 1, like, we did 30 episodes. That's insane.
You did 30 episodes. Yes.
You did around 14 maybe.
Yeah.
15 maybe.
And that was still insane.
It's still insane. Considering our lives.
Yeah.
You know, like, considering, like, what we have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think it was, like, you know when people are like, I don't even know how I did it. Someone must have, like, overcome my body and they did it. Or, like, they gave me the words from, like, a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it felt after, I wrote my book. That's how I felt looking back on, we did 30 fucking episodes.
I have a story, like, very short, brief story about this happening to me just recently.
Oh, really?
Where I was... So my son just went into kindergarten this week, but prior to...
Are we jumping into that already?
No. But
Okay.
This was like prior to that. Prior to that, we did the last day of the daycare he's been at since he was a baby. And it's been so expensive. And we've had our challenges with them, but it's been very consistent for him. And the moment I dropped him off at his last day, I drove away and I started bawling on the way to work, just tears running down my face. And I was like, what is all this for? Like, I'm not sad for him because he's totally content. And I realized I was just so proud of myself.
Because you made it.
Because we made it. Like,
made it through daycare.
You know, it was so hard because of the money and stuff.
But
and
also,
then I was like,
you went through a divorce.
We went through a divorce and
Yeah.
we kept him in the same location, even though we both moved away, but we knew that was consistent for him. And I just wanted to acknowledge when I got to work, I told my coworkers about it and I started to tear up again. And, you know, that's pretty vulnerable because I really wished I hadn't done that. Like, you know, although I
you should have, like, work friends
right,
and, like, other friends.
I love them dearly and they just have to put up with me. But at the same time,
she's my boss, so I guess I have to listen
when
to her
people...
cry.
We don't do it enough. Like, be proud of yourself. If you accomplish something, fucking cry or whatever you need to do.
I think it is a lot looking back on it. Like, when you were married, it's a different lifetime ago. That's what it feels like. But he started there then.
Yeah, it was...
And you went through, like, literally you've changed completely, almost as a person. So, like, your transformation is crazy, but something that you and your co-parent did really, really well was, like, you guys were like, we're going to try to change as least as possible of his, like, normal routine, because even though we're separating, we don't want his world to be crazy ended,
His
right?
world didn't have to blow
Upside
up
down,
all...
right?
Yeah.
And I am proud of both of you, honestly, because it wasn't easy for either of you. You both drove quite far to go to that place, that daycare.
Yeah, and let's just speak on childcare being a second mortgage.
Right.
Come on.
Hey,
Government, get on that.
That's why I'm a stay-at-home mother. Because with 4 kids, I wouldn't be making any money. I'd be paying more than I make. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So,
okay,
no,
but that's it. That was it. I didn't want to like
It
go
is
too far into
crazy.
that, but
So
it was just
it's
one of those
weird.
moments.
It's not the same. Like me recording 30 episodes is not the same as you like going through many, many years of trauma and then also like coming out on the other side. So this is actually reminding me of what I wanted to talk about before we dive in today. What did you do in our time off? Because Sally, the one who hates doing this shit, went to therapy.
Oh, love that for you.
What did you do in your time off?
I really, honestly, I feel like it was just so nice to not be as stressed out. I really, I don't know why the podcast stressed me out. I do know, kind of, but it was just,
I'm just kidding.
I have so many obligations in life, and like I said in a previous podcast, I'm really trying hard not to fall into that I should be doing this, because it's never done me well to be like that. I become incredibly obsessive about things, so it's just not good for my personality. But there are things that would make me healthier, and for some reason, I really need a set schedule, and
wait, what?
But with that, this is the complexity of my existence.
Katie's
is I want a set schedule because I want to know what to prepare for, and then I want to divert from that set schedule as the time approaches that I need to do something.
I actually think that's like part of being an Aquarius, from what I've known, is like, well, okay, so I think our ADHD, I guess maybe we both have it. I don't know. My therapist hasn't told me that yet.
Okay.
But I do think that schedule helps me. And I've been telling Katie, you need to put everything on a calendar. Like, this is what helps me. And so when you said that helped you, that doesn't surprise me. But I'm the same, I guess, in some ways. When people decide things for me, it makes me feel so like stuck, and I want to be free. So I'm okay if I make the schedule, but if somebody else tells me I need to be somewhere at some other time, it really, really is hard for me.
Okay, so that too goes back to my Enneagram, which we'll have to do a podcast episode on, but I'm an Enneagram 8, and my biggest fear is being controlled. And that speaks to the core of me. If anybody knows me really well, they'll be like, Katie does not like being controlled. If there's any sense of controlling nature, then even if we're going to be recording this day in your own home, I'm like, well, I won't be home that day.
Yeah. So oh my God, it's echoing so bad in here.
That's fine.
So anywho, we probably went on a tangent a little bit because
but I'm happy Sally has been going to therapy, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I think it's
congratulations.
Really Thank you.
You should be proud of yourself.
I am proud of myself. I'm going to be a much better podcaster now that I don't have rage deep inside my soul.
You think it's all gone?
I think I'm getting really close to being really like indifferent.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
About things. And I think that's huge for me.
So what else has happened since the last time we spoke, which was yesterday? No, I'm just kidding. But since the last podcast.
Okay. So since the last podcast, I'm trying to so big changes in my home. My husband got a new job. He's going to be a little bit more busy.
But that will be good for all of you.
It's good for us though. Financially, it is amazing. Like literally a gift from the Lords above. Like truly, 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 we prayed on this. Like so thankful for this. And then Scott is going back into school, and Susie started kindergarten.
Woohoo! Yes. My son started kindergarten with Susie, and I'm so happy for them. But this week has been a week of emotional, I don't even know what to say, crisis or...
Starting kindergarten? Okay, so I was a teacher at one point. I taught second grade for, I don't know, a couple years, handful of years. And I remember when I taught second grade, at one point, I don't know, there was just like rumors that I was going to switch to kindergarten. And I remember being so defensive and like, oh my God, I don't want to be in kindergarten. Like that's such a like demotion. And now that my child is going into kindergarten, I'm like, fuck. That is like the most important job in the world.
That is the most important because these children are so terrified to go to this brand new big school where they don't know anybody. And I am like, the amount of bravery they've had this past week, it has been inspirational
The
for me.
kids or the teachers?
The kids, like, well, and probably the teachers as well. But I keep telling my son, you should be so proud of yourself. You're so brave, because every day they're being asked to do something that they've probably never done before, and that's including walking by themselves to the class
I
or walking by
know.
themselves to the cafeteria, and then staying after with nobody they know, in my son's case. And I'm like, this person is so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just so proud of him, but it has been so emotional. I've cried so much this week. I took
Okay,
the week
so-
off, by the way. So for the mamas out there that have children going into kindergarten, what I did is I took the week off, but I called into meetings that I needed to call into, because some meetings I just could not get away with not calling into.
So she didn't really take the week off.
But I did, because I wanted to be close in case I got a call, but I needed to be. This week was insane. Like,
Yeah.
all of the emotions
You're
and everything I
jumping
went through.
into this. You're jumping
Okay,
into
okay,
this.
it doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying, I highly advise, if you have the availability to work from home or take that first week off, I really suggest it. It was so needed, and it made me realize how much I've been working and how much I need to be more closely aligned with what my child is doing
I
and
don't
how
know if
he's
you
feeling.
necessarily need to take the week off. You just need to maybe take like a half day.
Yeah.
Like, so that you're home to like pick them up and make sure they're okay.
No, I'm not saying everybody. I needed to.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
needed to.
absolutely needed this.
For sure. We are friends with a group of moms in the neighborhood, and we've talked about this in the past. We are so freaking lucky. The people that moved close to us just happen to be like the coolest moms. Truly the coolest. But there just happens to be like a group that's kindergarten moms, and there's probably like 6 or 7 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, I was talking to a friend earlier this week, and she was talking about how like she hasn't made mom friends yet. And I remember feeling that way. I truly remember feeling that way, like probably like two years ago solidly. Like, I was like, I'm a mom, but I don't have any like mom friends, like what I remember my mom having. And my mom always told me, she said, Sally, once the kids start school, you're going to have friends. Like, that's when moms like rely on each other and reach out and all that stuff. And like, granted, in the neighborhood, like we've tried to like coordinate events to be together, but like going to school and going through the first week of kindergarten with these moms has like trauma bonded us.
I know. I really feel like it's probably
elevated our friendship by hundreds.
Where we're so lucky we have each other to confide in. And it's been so bizarre, because I think that after this summer, we really needed that, because we had a falling out with one of our best friends, and we're no longer friends anymore.
Oh, this is gonna be drama. But I didn't know we were getting into this.
We don't have to. It's like very brief. But because of that,
we'll get into that another
I think finding this collective group of humans that really understand where you're at, and it's just really refreshing. To be honest, it's entirely refreshing.
It is, and it's like, I feel like every single one of us have our differences, but every single one of us are similar in other ways. And it's like the love we all have for our children, right? Like, and we all can bond over that. Like, and we all can laugh about their silly days at kindergarten and just be there. We did and I highly recommend this. We did a Mom's Day. Well, first we did what did we do? Sipping and swimming, or the Sunday before school started, our whole neighborhood, all the moms did like a pool day.
Not even just moms, all the women.
Yeah,
there were people there that weren't moms. Yeah.
So we just did like sipping and mimosas the Sunday before, because like we earned it. We were home all summer with our kids. And that was awesome. So that was really fun. But the next day when we went to brunch with just the kindergarten moms, because we dropped our kids off and we're like, we need someone to like lean on right now, because I'm literally crying, because like you just watch your little kid like go away for hours.
You have to just let them in, and there's no updates. Like,
no, but like also like it's the first time ever where like I don't even send my kids to other friends' houses yet without me. So I'm like, I'm not seeing my kid for like, how many hours is that? 8? I don't even know. 6? I don't know.
So ultimately we were all sitting around the table, checking our phones
But
every
I honestly,
6 minutes,
even
you know?
even the photo we took, like somebody commented and they're like, "You're so happy," and I was like, we look like we're crying. Like
All of us,
I was like, we all look sad.
all of us had cried like throughout that week prior and gotten to talk about that. But like different things set us off. Like
Totally.
everybody had experienced it. There was no mom that was just completely strong without tears. that
Totally
week.
fine. And it didn't matter if you had a kid before in elementary school. It was like this kid right now that's going into kindergarten that you're like letting go of, because it's either like your youngest kid, so it's like, oh my God, this changes everything, or it's like your first one. Like for me, my oldest kid, Susie, she is so fucking strong and she's so independent. Literally, we were taking like a walk around the school and I was holding her hand and she was like, "Hey mom, you can let go now. Like you don't need to hold my hand." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Okay. I'll back off." And I know she's going to be fine. I know she is fine. She's had a great day every day. But to me, the sadness was like, "Oh my God, the baby years are gone."
Yeah,
Like,
I
she's
felt
not
like
coming back,
they
you know?
just matured so much just within the last few days because of the responsibility put on them to be independent in that setting.
Yeah.
And then you just, yeah, I guess you just are happy, but it's bittersweet. It's incredibly bittersweet. And you're just like, I'm thrilled that he can be so confident, but at the same time, I'm like, terrified because what if you don't make friends? What if
Oh, yeah,
somebody
you worry about
hurts you?
everything.
You want to take in all their pain, all of their sadness.
Did you say anything like, so our teacher sent out like a letter and it was like, what is one thing you really want your child to accomplish in kindergarten? What did you say to that? Do you remember?
I don't remember that question being asked, but I remember you telling me that question was asked.
All I said was, I want my child to feel safe and I want them to feel supported by friends and loved ones. Like I truly, I know for a fact I will take care of their education at home. I can take care of that. That's the easy part. I want them to feel comfortable in their own skin and I want them to make a group of really good friends.
Yeah.
Just like a safe group that like
Accepts
loves
them. Accepts them for who they
Yes,
are.
like, that's what I want for my child. Like I could say reading, math, and speech or everything, but like I'm like, but I feel like I know it's gonna be okay. But I think that's my background in particular, because I was a really slow reader.
Yeah.
Really slow. And this is Sally. I was a really slow reader and I didn't really even speak, believe this or not, until like third grade.
Yeah.
I was so shy.
I would even say maybe fourth grade. But yeah.
It was third grade. I remember the teacher, Miss Welbig. I don't know if you're still around. But yes, she made me be in a school play, or not a school play, outside school play. I never got chosen for school plays. Katie did, because I was so
I was
shy.
never in a school play.
No, you were in yes, you were, Katie. Every time we had a
Oh,
concert.
like when they put like paper plates on our heads?
Yes, that's considered like a school play. So like and I don't know if the music teacher just always thought she was like switching off twins, but Katie was in like 5 and I was never chosen. I was never chosen, but I don't blame them, because like I couldn't read. And I remember going to church and being like so embarrassed. I have a vivid memory of going to church and not being able to read the Bible because
Okay.
it's basically Harry Potter. And like, okay, so anyway, my point is, because of that, I know that those skills came later because my mom worked a shit ton with us. Those skills can come at home. I really, really need my kid to have a friend group because I want them to feel that friendship that we felt when we were kids.
Yeah, we always were really lucky with friends.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and there comes a point in life, and I'm not saying they have to be popular. I just want them to have a good set of friends. And like, because there comes a point in time where in a kid's life, friends are more in their minds, more important than even your parents.
yeah, definitely
You know what I mean?
middle school age range.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So like that's all I want for her. And obviously kindergartners are just all such sweet souls. I don't think they're mean yet, so the cool thing is I think they're gonna be having the time of their lives every day.
I think the cool thing is I really think children now are much nicer than children when we were little.
No, I have to tell you something. I was talking to a friend of mine and her sister teaches high school. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't shoot the messenger if this isn't true, but I was talking to her because she has a kindergartner or soon to be kindergartner. And me and her are the same. We're like, oh, I'm so worried. I hope they make friends. And she was saying that her sister, who's the high school teacher, said the popular kids are the nice ones now. Like, people only hang out with nice people now.
Oh my gosh. Well, tell that to Blake Lively.
Oh my God.
Guys, we can't.
Guys.
Should we get into this? Because
I don't want to get into it.
I don't think it's worth it, but guys.
No, but you know what? I always think that we're highly intuitive people, and I've always gotten the ick from her. Even when she was friends with Taylor Swift. So
we can't even.
I couldn't even watch Gossip Girl even when it was like really popular because something about her bugged me.
I would love if T Swift came out and was like, she should have done more. Like, you know, just like was point blank, like, or just even made her own statement about TV.
By the time this airs, this is going to be old news.
It's so old news, yeah. Or it's going to be like there's a full court case going on.
Or it's like they actually were, I don't know, doing something crazy. I don't even want to say it.
Yeah.
But, so anywho, kindergarten is rocking our world. But I will say, don't you just, every time your son comes home, are you just like, you're so cool.
Like so much
You just
cooler.
did so much today.
He's acting so confident. And that's really wild to see because I don't think I was like that.
I don't know. Twins, I think, are a different breed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really excited to see who he becomes, but I do think that it's pretty impressive.
Well, if there's one thing that he could get out of the year, what would you think? What would you want?
I want him to be himself. You know, when my son is himself.
Katie, you said his name last.
Whatever. When my son is truly himself, he's really goofy and dramatic and theatrical, and he dances and he sings. And when he's around a lot of people, sometimes he closes up or he wants alone time.
Yeah, it's like when like you think about kids and you say you never want them to dim their light.
Exactly. And it's like that's the thing is we were talking, it's just I don't want him to do anything to dim his light. I don't care if he looks uncool and he wears Mario every day and that's silly. I don't care if he wants to it doesn't matter, wear glitter shoes to school. You know, like I don't need him to try to fit in, and he's not like a mini adult. He's a child. So I just want him to get to be a kid as long as possible and do everything that gives him joy, because when you get older, you can't always do that.
I think that 30 is when you get to finally do that.
Yeah, exactly, right? When you get 30, you're like back to I'm going to be myself.
I saw something online the other day, and it was saying, and I'm going to quote this all wrong because somebody had posted it, but it was a reel, and it said, you know, that person that you kind of started denying or hid when you were in like, you know, middle school, high school, like when people started telling you what to be or how to be cool.
Yeah.
You know, oh, it's not cool to go to Disney and act totally psyched when you're in high school, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the point of this was that person that you hid gets to come out in your 30s because you start not giving a shit and you have kids to live vicariously through. And I was thinking that, and I'm like, oh my God, I've never taken a Disney photo I'm not ashamed of. Like, wait, yeah, I'm not ashamed of. Yeah, ashamed of. That's right. Okay. Anymore, you know, but I remember in high school being like, oh, this is annoying. Like, this is so not cool or whatever. And the cool thing is, in adulthood, you kind of get to rediscover that.
I think when I was a kid, I remember people always making fun of me for how much I love Disney. And now to like Disney is cool. Well, Disney is cool.
Especially for adults. It's like there's an adult Disney. I mean,
it's
we live
totally cool. And also,
in Orlando.
We just talked about this. Okay, so this is, I feel like this episode doesn't have a lot of substance, but it's our first time back. So it is what it is.
You get to listen to what you get to listen to, people. We're lucky we have Katie here at all.
Yeah, totally. For sure. But we did just talk about, and I wonder if we could do a name drop, but somebody we grew up with that was like always herself, and how everybody. So we grew up with, I think, a few people that just were always themselves, and it was really.
She knows who she is. She listens.
Yeah, she's so cool.
You know who you are.
You know who you are, but because of that, there was just always people drawn to her, and like. That I don't know what her perspective would have been with that. It'd be really.
I would love to have her on to ask her.
Yeah, because everybody always, I felt it looked from the outside like everybody was trying to be her best friend. Mm-hmm. But she always just did her thing and dressed how she wanted to dress and dated who she wanted to date. And And because she was so unapologetically herself, she was incredibly attractive to the outside world.
Yeah.
And it's probably because when you're that age, everybody feels like they need to be something else.
Totally. And that's the sad thing is that like you are your unique self. And like the only way you're going to make a difference in this world or in your life is by being that. And it's so sad that we just try to like merge into one like little
Or like you try to be like your friends. Like that's not friendship.
Yeah,
like that
exactly.
that-
That's like I mean, it's really not.
It's really
it's okay to have like similar viewpoints, obviously. Like you're gonna have the same like similar morals and viewpoints, obviously. But like you should have some differences, and those differences should make that person them, right? Like
right, exactly. It's like the understanding that we're all different.
do you know what somebody said to me this summer? And it was the friend we are no longer friends with. But it was like the worst diss, but like also it wasn't a diss when she said it.
What was it?
She said, I don't even know if you have a style. I don't know what your style is.
That's okay, but also not having a style is non-conforming, and that's pretty cool. I think that it's better to not have a style.
I took it as like, okay, so I'm like a thrifter and also a borrower. And also, like, I'll take anyone's clothes. Like, I always am like, when people ask me what I'm wearing, I'm like, oh, this is Katie's top. This is like my friend's this is my sister's boots. Like, I'm literally always like, everything is not from, like, I didn't go buy it, honestly. That's most of my clothes are just like put together.
Yeah, collected.
But I was just like, oh, that kind of sucks though. I wish I had a style. I know your style.
You really?
I know yours.
You know my style?
Yeah, I think so. It's like business savvy with the sex appeal.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, man, I have a sex appeal?
Yeah, well, what the fuck is my style?
You do have a style.
You
though,
validated it.
I think you're athletic. I think everything you wear is mostly athletic.
And that's not a style, Katie.
But when you
that's a stay-at-home mom.
No, I don't know. I think you have
season,
a cute.
I'm going to try really hard to get a style.
I think that you don't want to have a style. I think honestly, because then you have all this flexibility and freedom to be whatever you want in whatever phase of life you're in.
But you know what the thing is, which a boyfriend in the past pointed out to me because I didn't know at the time. This is really stupid, but I didn't know at the time what a red bottom shoe was.
Oh.
I don't really still, honestly.
Yeah.
Truly, I don't. I know they're expensive. But anyway, I was hanging out with like a group of 3 guys and I was dating one of them. And they're like, oh my God, keep her because she doesn't need expensive things. And I was like so young at that point.
We do not need expensive things.
We don't know name brands.
I don't care.
I don't know name brands. And like, people can look so cute in like Walmart clothing and so cute in name brands. And like, if somebody's like, oh yeah, did you notice my new like, this design purse or this design necklace. I don't notice.
I would never.
I just
even
notice if it looks
care.
good.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
But I do know there's people that is their thing and they're passionate about it. And actually, that's cool that that's their passion because that's fashion, right? But I don't notice, so I'm like the wrong person for that.
I have to go back to the style comment. So I always say that I look at my life in phases in colors and I can say like that was my red phase, that was my yellow phase, and it's not just like what I wear, it's like truly the aura I was in at the time.
Yes,
and sure. I can look back and be like, and I've been wearing black every day for the past probably 2 months, and every time I go to work, I have a coworker that goes, black again. And I was like, I think I'm just really in this in between.
Black again?
No.
Who is saying that?
This coworker. And she's always like, go buy something with color. And I'm like, I'm in a phase where I feel like in general, in life, I feel like I'm in an in-between. I'm really trying to figure out
it's funny
where my next move is, what my priorities are, where to put my time. I'm just in an in-between and I feel like it's this black void and that's the phase I'm in.
No, I agree. So we were talking about like, when you go to a psychic medium and they're talking about your aura and they can see your aura.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've ever been able to see someone's aura except for like a couple times. Maybe it was very vivid and they were probably like an angel. But Katie did have a pink phase, right? When she like moved into her own house and it was like her pink phase.
Yeah.
And then after that, she went into an orange phase. And I'm the same way. I kind of went into like a blue phase and then I'm oh shoot, what were the phases I went? I had a pink phase like years ago. I did have a pink phase because every wedding dress I wore was like
But
a
I
pink.
really feel like when you look at that person,
They're different things.
you can tell.
No.
I can tell when somebody's in a certain phase.
No, I have something to tell you though.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm in a green phase or not, or I may be coming close to being done with it. I've been in a green phase for for 6 months where I'm like, I love green all of a sudden. Like, why do I love green? I like painted our walls green, which is so not like me because my mom loves green. I've never loved green. That's weird. The scary thing, and people that like this color are going to be like, fuck you. I fucking hate this color, but I think I'm starting to transition into like a violet phase.
Oh, I love that.
I've never been into it.
I like
never.
that.
I was meditating this morning and literally violet and blue was coming out and I was just like, oh, I think I'm going to go into a purple phase now. Like, I guess this is going to be the new phase. No, I do think that colors come in phases.
Yeah, I absolutely.
At least for us,
they do.
We might be sounding like
totally
crazy ass people. We might be.
No,
crazy.
we are not. We're not crazy. Everybody, show me. I'm gonna get together with anybody who asks to hang out with me, and I will tell you what color phase you're in.
Oh wait, you're gonna tell them what color they are?
I could tell. I can tell.
You can tell. Do I look violet more or green?
I could totally see. I really thought you were still in the green phase, to be honest.
Okay. Because no, it's new. I just meditated on this, but no, I've been heavily green lately. Yeah, because I've been like, I don't know what it is. So anyway, my funny story from this week, even though there's a couple, but I'll leave it. I think at one.
This is the last story.
Okay, because we're getting close on time.
Yeah, I got sushi on order.
No, this is like a super super short story.
Okay.
And it happened today. So I opened Susie's folder today, and everybody that's been listening to this podcast knows. And if you don't know, go back and listen. I have one thing that I haven't gotten plastic surgery. I haven't gotten injections. I haven't gotten whatever, right? But there's one thing in particular that I am so OCD hyper about.
Yeah.
It's my teeth. Like, specifically, I grew up with a gap between my teeth and it was quite large. Like, I honestly remember like getting like bullied kind of for it.
I actually, though, I never understood it because I always thought the gap in between her front teeth was super cute and it was like Madonna-esque.
No, somebody told me I looked like a chipmunk.
Well, we did look chipmunky.
Yeah, and honestly, I think after braces, I look more chipmunky. But whatever. Katie, I think I've said this on a previous podcast. She never wanted braces. She didn't need them. She was like, I'm good.
Well, I didn't want them. You would suggest I might have needed them.
No. Your teeth look great. I cried on the floor begging my parents to give me braces to close this gap. And at the time, I remember it was $4,000. And my parents were like, Sally, that's a really big expense. Yeah. But the fact is, I remember the day I got my braces off I'm not kidding you, within the top 5 days of happiness in my life. This sounds insane, but that's how insecure I was about my teeth. And so Susie, my lovely kindergartner, she draws a picture of her family today. And first of all, it's in a box. So she actually only included 4 of the 6 of our family members because she said there just wasn't room. Which I'm like, okay, cool. And second of all, she draws me. And oh God.
You have to share it.
I'm going to post it on Instagram.
Yeah, she'll post it. Okay, cool.
But she drew me with a gap between my fucking teeth.
It's also I don't even think that's like the worst part of it. It's just it's so funny. You look like a chaotic mess in this illustration.
Like, I get it, but she drew my hair down, which, it's only down when I'm like podcasting. Usually it's like in a messy bun.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have a style. Probably it's just workout apparel. But the funny thing is that like she drew the gap between my teeth and I was like, how the fuck? Where'd this come from? My teeth don't have a gap anymore. But I looked at it and I was like, oh, Susie, it's just the most beautiful picture. I love it.
But she actually is a pretty good artist.
She is a good artist. But I was just like, this is just karma coming. This is like one of the things that's going to happen. We're going to start seeing like things that we're like, oh, damn, this sucks.
Kids are just
Too honest.
relentlessly blunt.
Yes, I'm like, oh my God. So anywho,
That's that.
That's the story. So this I guess is the first episode of season 2. I'm so excited for what there is in store. Katie and I are going to keep it light most episodes. We're still going to debate things. Like I said, I have so many things in my brain already, but I'm also trying not to like overwhelm Katie. So a lot of the study breaks are going to happen more frequently. And honestly, it's for the better because the people that are coming on, oh my gosh, you're going to love. So I'm so excited to share it. Katie, do you have anything to share before we...
No, just with that, keep listening. This episode was not planned, but
no, it was just
to a degree.
Like, welcome to season 2.
We did want to welcome everybody back, and we're very heavy into kindergarten right now. So next episode we will go into something more spicy, maybe.
Ooh, Katie always is like,
let's do spicy.
We're talking about bean moms. Let's be spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I have a conversation for that. So
okay, cool.
We're gonna be spicy, and we are going on a trip, and I cannot wait to report back.
Yes, we will report back, and we'll probably have a lot of fun stories.
Yeah, in a couple weeks, we're going on a trip to Portland, Maine. It's never been my number one choice to visit anywhere in the East, but Northeast. I'm not like a Northeast person.
We would have probably gone to like Arizona or something.
To like the Red Mountains.
But we're gonna go and we're gonna have the best time.
And honestly, like maybe it was meant to be. Like maybe we're gonna love it.
I think the reason it's happening is because it must have been meant to be. You know,
we're gonna go with that.
It just kind of happened with a fluke. Yeah.
A fluke.
Fun.
We'll explain that
after. Yeah. All right.
Love you guys.
Bye.
We'll chat soon. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Sally. We're going to leave our story there for today and pick up next week on Twin Study After Dark. If you've enjoyed our podcast today, please rate, review, and subscribe. We'll meet again next week for more Twin Studies.